What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about the possibility of a July Nintendo Direct finally happening later this month. Now if you guys saw my last video, then you know that one of the biggest rumors that has been going around is that we may finally be getting a full-on Nintendo Direct later this month in 2020, and a Nintendo Direct is something that we've pretty much been all waiting for like the longest time now. We're over 300 days since the last mainline Nintendo Direct, which was on September 4th of 2019, and since then we have not had a normal Nintendo Direct, obviously because of everything happening in the world, and we did have a Nintendo Direct Mini that happened in March, but besides that we have not had a full-on Nintendo Direct in almost over a year. And Nintendo's lineup for the Nintendo Switch in 2020 has been kind of pretty dry. There really hasn't been like a lot of crazy big games or anything like that. The big game that we had this year was of course Animal Crossing New Horizons, which came out in March, but then after that the only other big release that we had was Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which isn't really even a brand new game, but just a remake of an older game from the Wii. And besides that, we really have not just had any other big title, and really the next other big title that we know is going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch is actually going to be releasing on Friday, which is Paper Mario: The Origami King. And after that, we're pretty much back to where we used to be with not knowing any other Nintendo games that are going to be coming out for the Switch that we can play in 2020, and that's why a lot of people are thinking that maybe a Nintendo Direct could actually be coming later this month. There's actually a lot of things that are happening right now, and little things that are happening behind the scenes that may lead us to thinking that a Nintendo Direct could actually be coming, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about in this video. Now if you didn't see my first video about the rumors that a July Nintendo Direct could be coming, I definitely suggest that you go and watch that before you come back to this one. So there should be a little eye up in the corner right now. You can definitely click on that or tap on that if you want to go and watch that video, but I'll also put it in the outro of this video as well, so you can watch it after you're done watching this video. But in that video, I mentioned that there was a leaker named Kelios who was saying that there was going to be a Nintendo Direct happening in July. And this person, Kelios, is definitely someone that you want to keep an eye on, because this person accurately predicted the March 26th Nintendo Direct Mini that happened earlier this year, 6 weeks before it even happened. He was able to get the exact day and everything correct about it. Now of course, as always, there is a chance that this could just be a coincidence or he could have gotten lucky or something like that, but 6 weeks before is basically like a month and a half, and that's just really crazy to see that he was able to predict it that early. And the other thing that's really important here is the fact that he predicted this on the website known as Resetera. Now the reason that I'm mentioning Resetera is because a tactic that a lot of fake leakers like to do is make a whole bunch of accounts for whatever website that they're leaking on, even though everything is fake. So they'll make like a whole bunch of Twitter accounts or Reddit accounts or 4chan accounts or whatever, and then they're gonna say like, oh, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct on March 18th, on March 19th, on March 20th. That way they have every single day covered, and whatever day Nintendo does decide to do their Nintendo Direct, they're quickly gonna go and delete all the other accounts, so only the one that was predicted accurately is the one that stays up. And the thing that I'm mentioning is that you actually cannot do this on the website known as Resetera. See, Resetera is a forum where you can only create an account or even talk on it if you have a professional email account. If you just have like a basic Gmail or something like that, you're not going to be able to create an account. They actually won't even let you talk on it, and you won't be able to do anything on this website. So unless you have like a professional email or something like that, you cannot talk on this forum. And that's why it's really interesting, because Kelios, the person who accurately predicted the March 26th Nintendo Direct Mini, was able to predict it on Resetera, and that was 6 weeks before it happened. And so that's why, because this was on Resetera and not like Reddit or Twitter or anything like that, that's why this is very interesting, because this person Kelios was able to accurately predict the Nintendo Direct 6 weeks before, and it's basically impossible to be able to create a whole bunch of fake accounts on this website and do that type of strategy. And so this all brings us into the month of July, where Kelios is now back, and he's basically saying that a Nintendo Direct is going to be happening in July, and it's going to be happening on July 20th. So now, because he accurately predicted the last Nintendo Direct, that's why I did want to make a video about this and talk with you guys about it. But I don't know, I just feel like this might actually happen because of how he accurately predicted the last Nintendo Direct 6 weeks before. Maybe he could very well have some inside sources. He definitely does seem pretty confident that a Nintendo Direct could actually be happening, so I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Now the only thing that kind of makes me a little bit unsure about this is the fact that he said it's going to be on July 20th, and if we take a look at the calendar, you can see that July 20th actually ends up being a Monday. Now to my knowledge, Nintendo doesn't really do Nintendo Directs on Mondays. If anything, Nintendo Directs have pretty much always been on Tuesday or Wednesday, or really the most common day is Thursday. So the fact that he said July 20th is really what's making me confused about all of this. Maybe he means like a Nintendo Direct is going to be announced on Monday, because that could definitely make a lot of sense. They could announce a Nintendo Direct on July 20th and then be like, well, it's going to happen on Thursday this week, or it's going to happen on Wednesday, or it's going to happen tomorrow. But to have a Nintendo Direct on Monday itself, I just don't see that happening at all. Now, the only way that we could maybe get a Nintendo Direct on Monday, July 20th is if they decide to do the same exact thing that they did in March, which is give us another Nintendo Direct Mini. See, Nintendo Direct Minis never have any announcements prior, and they pretty much just get shadow dropped, so they could try to do the same exact thing again, where they basically just shadow drop a Nintendo Direct Mini on July 20th, which has some new announcements. But I don't know, I just feel like it wouldn't be right to have another Nintendo Direct Mini and just have 2 Nintendo Direct Minis before we have another mainline Nintendo Direct. I think if anything, the next Direct announcement or anything about a Direct is definitely going to be a full, real mainline Nintendo Direct. And so yeah, July 20th is the day that Kelios is very confident in, and it's only a couple days away. I think from the time that I upload this video, it'll be like 7 or 8 days away from July 20th. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait a little bit and see what ends up happening and see what we get on July 20th, whether it's a Nintendo Direct announcement, a Nintendo Direct Mini, maybe just a full-on Nintendo Direct, or of course the chance that just nothing could happen and this could all end up being wrong. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is also something that I know a lot of people are discussing at the fact that could lead to maybe a Nintendo Direct happening later this month. And this is coming from GameStop's internal system. So I'm sure you guys know that GameStop has their internal system where it has all of their products that they have on their website, the products that they have in their system, the stuff that they have at their stores. And the thing that a lot of people have noticed is recently in GameStop's internal system, there have been a lot of SKUs and Nintendo Switch products and games that have appeared on there with placeholder titles and placeholder release dates. Now the thing with this is that we've seen before that placeholder stuff appears on GameStop's internal systems whenever there is going to be new stuff from Nintendo that's going to be announced very soon. In fact, if you guys remember the Nintendo Direct that happened last year on September 4th, just a few weeks before that Nintendo Direct happened, the same exact thing happened inside of GameStop's internal system, where there was a whole bunch of SKUs that appeared for untitled Nintendo Switch games and placeholder release dates, and I even put up a tweet about it. It was on August 22nd, you guys can see the tweet right here. I said this September Nintendo Direct is gonna be lit, and that was basically the same thing that happened. A whole bunch of unreleased stuff appeared inside of GameStop's internal system, and just a few weeks later we ended up getting a Nintendo Direct. And so of course, with the fact that this is happening again in the month of July 2020, who knows, maybe this is finally the time that we're going to be getting a Nintendo Direct. And I mean, it seems like everything is lining up here. Last year, the same exact thing did happen. A whole bunch of SKUs and unreleased things appeared in GameStop's internal system, and just a few weeks later, we ended up getting a Nintendo Direct. Of course, this could all be a coincidence. There isn't like a guarantee here that this is a direct correlation, but I'm just saying it's kind of interesting how this ended up happening last year, and we did get a Nintendo Direct that happened just a few weeks after. And the same exact thing seems to be potentially happening again, and who knows, maybe in a few weeks we'll actually get a full-on July Nintendo Direct, and this could end up being true again, but it's just something very interesting that I want to keep in the back of my head, just in case this does end up happening. But yeah, a July Nintendo Direct definitely does make a lot of sense to me, especially with Paper Mario releasing in just a couple days. I think that Nintendo definitely does have the right time to do a Nintendo Direct now, because after that we really don't have any other big brand new games to expect on our Nintendo Switches in 2020. That is officially announced, of course, and that's why it would be the perfect timing for Nintendo to come through, give us a Nintendo Direct, and tell us like, don't worry, we still have other games that are going to be coming out in September. Here's what you can expect in October. Here's going to be like our big holiday game. I'm sure there's other things that they have yet to announce. And so there you go, guys, that is the potential rumor that a July Nintendo Direct could be happening, with Kelio saying that something could be happening on July 20th. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think of all this. Do you guys think that something will happen on July 20th? Do you think that there is a chance that we could be getting a July Nintendo Direct, especially after Paper Mario releasing in just a couple days and we have nothing else to look forward to? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Nintendo content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.